So if you're anyway a fan of anime or manga, you'll know that there's a massive group of people out there that dedicate their entire life to trying to ruin things and twist it to fit their own corrupt ideology. These people...
My name is Aaron Yeager. I'm addressing my fellow subjects.
Have already destroyed comic books, movies, and video games, and anime and manga is their next target. So if you even in the slightest give a shit about anime or manga, the one thing you can do that drives these people insane is call them out for being retarded. And speaking of which, once again, it seems that this conglomerate of absolute retardation has shown its spasticated face once again. But before I get into it, if you like these type of videos, then maybe consider subscribing or supporting me over on Patreon. I've made countless videos on this topic, and I'm going to continue to, for a couple reasons. First of all, there's tons of great anime and manga fans out there who don't want to put politics into stories or make characters gay for no reason. And when you're over here on the brain cancer internet like YouTube, all you see is just videos and channels talking about how anime is woke and how the entire thing is about politics. And you could definitely feel that you're alone in wanting to enjoy something and not turning it gay and retarded. And that type of language annoys a lot of people, but it just perfectly describes the exact parasites that we're dealing with here. So there's instances of these handicapped tourists happening every single day on the internet, so it's best to kind of ignore it, but sometimes it has to be called out. And it all kind of started when this guy called out the new One Piece show from Netflix, which is complete garbage, exactly like the Cowboy Bebop flop. I don't even like One Piece, but I can say that this show is absolute trash. And if you want to experience One Piece, I don't know, go watch like the 50,000 seasons or just read the manga. Or you could just watch the race swapped Netflix edition, because that's exactly what it is. Just like the Cowboy Bebop Netflix show, which is not worthy of that title. They made one of the main characters black for no reason other than injecting modern politics into sci-fi stories that do not have it originally, which we'll get onto in a second, because these people want to talk about classic anime and manga that's sci-fi, and they try to inject 2026 trans ideology onto it.
Why the fuck you lying? Why you always lying? Oh my god, stop you fucking lying.
It just doesn't comply. If you think like that and if you want to make those connections, go fuck yourself. So basically, this guy here, Jeff, this gay retarded guy who runs a channel called Mother's Basement, which is literally the worst tripe on YouTube, just being extremely gay about anime, being allergic to anything that's heterosexual. Like, you know what anime and manga was built on? Case in
You didn't have to cut me off. I could never know we were nothing. I don't even need your love, but you treat me like a stranger.
point, he says here, shut the F up and get out of my hobby, thinking that he's roasting the original poster. By putting in a panel from the manga where Oda literally was making fun of trans people with a
I cut a vibe with your suicide doors, life on the ropes. Two part of their own coat, yeah. Two slide when I stroke. Tell her get it out the flow. I told her get it out the dope. Tell these bitches give a vote. My Adderall in the purse. Move wrong first.
Caricature which depicts them perfectly. That's a fact that we all know. It's in One Piece and it's also in Cowboy Bebop. Nobody thinks you're a woman, dude. Go back to whatever mental asylum you crawled out of. And the guy responds back. Back with a pretty shitty response. I'm gonna have to be blunt here, and it's not gonna be pretty, but I am gonna have to say it. He says that it's my hobby and anime is right-wing and Christian. Now, I don't know what anime you think you're a fan of, but it isn't right-wing or Christian, and it's not left-wing or any other religion. You're just spouting some bullshit that you saw on Twitter and you thought was the truth. When you haven't even read Devilman or Astro Boy or watched anything made before the year 1990. And I'm not a fan of this guy, and I'm not a fan of his type. Fuck your Christianity and your controlled opposition right. wing. It has nothing got to do with anime and you're LARPing. Because any real anime or manga fan knows that it's not right wing or Christian. So I don't know who told you that.
You so nice, she's so perfect, blah blah blah. Oh, how I wish you'll wake up one day. Come to me, confess your love, but let me stay. Confess your love, but please just stay.
But you shouldn't really be making tweets at big massive accounts trying to roast them when you're talking complete garbage. And without sounding massively arrogant, that's the difference between certain channels like mine and other people who call themselves anti-woke and right-wing. I've never really called myself that because I don't really align myself to any right-wing Christian ideology. Hell, I wouldn't even take any political stance.
You're full of shit.
Even though I'm more closer to a libertarian.
You like that? Huh? You like that? You just tune this out, don't you?
I wouldn't go around saying it, and especially saying that stuff I like aligns with my own politics. So saying something that's a complete lie that you can find out just through the smallest bit of research is completely retarded, and it shows you have no respect for the medium. And if you want to know where
Who can do it better? 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 Who can do it better?
I stand on this, I don't really agree with the guy saying that anime is somehow based right-wing and Christian, and I also don't agree with the retarded Mother's Basement guy who's commenting back underneath like a gay little bitch, spreading misinformation about anime and manga legends and Japan the
country itself, saying that Japan is only 2% Christian and the father of anime and manga was part of the Communist Party, and he tells this guy to go LARP and beat women somewhere else. Now I agree that the original guy is a LARPer, as I just said, but at the same time, you're a 10 million times bigger handicap. How hard is it to turn around and say, Japan just wouldn't agree with my politics and it doesn't really care about me, some random gay Twitter user, what I think? If you're
going around saying that Japan would love white people who are left-wing or right-wing or Christian or not Christian, then you're just a complete idiot.
Oh my god! Wow! Oh my god!
And also on top of that, the even bigger offense is dumbing down the godfather of anime and manga, Osamu Tezuka, to just some communist pawn in your little argument here.
Hi baby, who cares? But I know you care. Bring it over to my place.
When in reality, the legendary Osamu Tezuka, who you're saying is communist and woke just like you, wasn't any of that and
You're full of shit.
is actually more sane than most people walking around nowadays. That's a really large phenomenon, that people who were communists and liberals back in the day were way more sane and had much more reason than the leftists that we're dealing with nowadays. And you obviously don't understand that because you haven't done your research into Osamu Tezuka's backstory and how he didn't really give a shit about politics on Twitter like you do, which shows that
I know I'm about to blow, oh, oh. They try to take my floor, I take their ass for ransom. I know that I'm gone. They see me blowing up, now they say they want some.
you're a fake anime and manga fan, a tourist, and all you do is use these creators for your political arguments, which is the exact opposite of what anime and manga was made for you to use them in an argument in 2026, as if it supports your gay retarded ideology, which involves offing people who disagree with you. And all you have to do is just come down into the comments and you get people saying exactly what I'm saying. People who have respect for anime and manga, are real fans, and knew who
Osamu Tezuka really was, saying that he was a member of the Communist Party for a while but left and eventually started criticising that exact same party. This guy here makes some good tweets all the time about Tezuka because he has respect, and he makes a good tweet saying that he likely was not a communist, and he only really
supported the party for their anti-war stance. See, that's called doing your research and having respect for a legend. It's pretty easy, and you can easily start by just not being a massive retard and actually reading the manga and doing some research on the
Good lord, nigga! Shut the fuck up! Sneak this up, that's that shit I don't like. Don't like.
creator. And his only response back is to go that, oh, you're calling me a tourist when really you're the real tourist who's only into anime and manga because it's popular. Well, I can assure you that there's so many people out there who think a certain way and disagree with your handicapped ideology who've
Cause sometimes you gotta let somebody know, like, yeah, I'm leaving this shit on red. Like, I can't even respond to this dumbass shit.
been anime and manga fans for a long time before it was ever popular. And without being narcissistic, a tip to becoming an actual anime fan who has respect is not watching new anime and making gay little ships on your retarded YouTube channel. It's actually about going out and finding the original influential legendary manga
Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I forgot there's some bitch niggas in here.
and anime and properly doing your research and not just jumping onto a show or anime because it's popular. In fact, doing the exact opposite. Seeking out anime and manga that isn't even translated in English yet, but you have respect for because I came from a time when people were a lot more talented.
Which means checking out all of the classic manga creators like Go Nagai, Tezuka, Leiji Matsumoto, Monkey Punch, Takao Saito, by reading the classic works like Astro Boy, Blackjack, Lone Wolf and Cub, Captain Harlock, Golgo 13. So if you're a real anime fan and
If you have so many subscribers, then maybe go away and make a video about one of those and put some attention towards something that actually deserves it. Because that's what I hope to do with this channel, is to find people who know about that stuff or people who don't and open up their eyes to it.
Come da porta picchita va bene. Si tu la parla miezza americano. Quando si fa l'amore.
and keep on making videos in the hope that these legendary works and creators eventually get their deserved respect. That's what I do to avoid being like Mother's Basement here, talking about communism when creators weren't even communists, or being like some right-wing grifter who doesn't even watch anime or read manga and feels
They need to call it Christian for some reason. Both sides are just completely slow and need to fuck off. So if you agreed with anything I said in this video, and if you're a real fan of anime and manga, do let me know and maybe consider subscribing. And if you're one of these pathetic pieces of shit who isn't the real fan and has a problem with anything I just said, go fuck off.
Suicide, bloody blood, pussy, bloody, talking shit, Twitter,